Hi everyone, welcome to Nice Driving 27. I love putting together these compilations, and I also know by the viewer numbers that people like them too. Please hit that like button, and if you haven't done already, subscribe and don't forget to turn on all notifications. On to the action. Up ahead, the oncoming cars have priority, and I love the way my viewer doesn't commit until they know the cyclist is going to get through. There was never going to be enough room to go through together. It's just a shame the oncoming car didn't think the same. I also like the hold back position. Going further forward is going to restrict more view to the left hand bend. My viewer sees the gap coming, start to creep and take a nice wide line so they can be seen and they can see others. Top marks. Listening when you're driving, I think, is an integral skill. My viewer hears the ambulance and leaves them options. Great job. I'd like everyone to watch in this clip how my viewer adjusts their speed and their positioning to minimise risk. At this junction, most of the danger's on the right hand side. And after this, it's what we can't see behind the bus. The pedestrian in the middle of the road was showing no signs of being a problem. Now my viewer holds back to maintain eye contact with the van on the right. They now again adjust position and speed to cope with the black car exiting the petrol station. But this is the best bit. This viewer thinks of everyone's safety, not just their own progress down the road. Top marks. This clip's quite unusual, but I think it was a very good, quick read of the intentions of the ambulance driver. You have to work things out quickly when you ride a motorbike. The emergency services have gone in the wrong direction, that's all, and sometimes you're better off clearing and getting out of the way. Here's some footage of some motorcycle training, and it's lovely to see the instructors teaching this to motorcyclists also. It's so much easier to be missed when you're riding a motorcycle compared to driving a car. What would you do at this point? This clip's from Liverpool, but it's not one of mine, it's one of my viewers, and I think they do a brilliant job giving way to the puddle. Would this have crossed your mind? Hopefully now, in the future, it will do. Again, we've got some emergency services approaching from behind. Just try and leave them options, and this is perfect when my viewer sees the vehicles coming in the opposite direction. The first oncoming car also does a great job. Best flow for the emergency services means the best flow for yourself, don't forget. Some lovely footage from a VFO dashcam. And if you're in the market for a new one, please check out the links in the description, use the code Ashley and save yourself a further 5%. Now, with this clip, I think my viewer does okay, but I don't think I would have sat here with this bus driver. I think my viewer was a little late slowing down, but they were good enough to fix it. Bus driver needs to do better, gets an E. My viewer could do better, C. Dashcam footage, A. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone who has purchased through the affiliate links. A great spot and realisation that you might not have been seen. Expertly done, and a nice use of the horn, I will add. I think my viewer does a brilliant job in this clip. It's never an easy one when someone closes the space down. All this lorry driver had to do was literally just back off for a couple of moments and it would have fixed and sorted itself. Good drivers do the best for everyone's flow. They don't just think about their own. The driver behind my viewer also did an excellent job, but the lorry driver, you need to get a grip. I thought this was good quick thinking by my viewer to accommodate the road closed. They sussed things out a lot quicker than this driver to the left. I'd be embarrassed if I was that BMW driver seeing it that late. Let me know what you think. My viewer works out quickly. For the van to turn in, the bus needs to move out. Lovely work that, especially with the queue up ahead. I'm not sure exactly what's gone on here, but full credit to this lorry driver who looks as though they're taking care of this dog that's at the side of the road. This learner driver also does a good job looking after the pheasant. My viewer also did very well. My viewer does a good job by giving this skateboarder plenty of room, but I'm not sure it's a good idea to be skateboarding on a road like this. Let me know what you think. When two junctions are close together, the slip road to join and leave can be one. Expect people to do this. Think the difference between the lorry driver from earlier and my viewer in this clip. Chalk and cheese is the expression, I think. My viewer's following a cyclist. And it's quite embarrassing I still feel the need to put clips on like this, showing people how to overtake at the correct time. Patience thankfully wins. To finish, we've got one of my viewers fixing a tricky situation with these two lorries a little bit further up. It ends up just being one lorry that my viewer has to deal with, but you can see why they continued further forward. If the lorry on the left can fit through, so could my viewer, but there are a number of vehicles behind the lorry on the right hand side. You can just about make them out in between the middle in the gap. But now the oncoming lorry is clear, it moves forward, so my viewers got to reverse. And they're quite comfortable doing this. Notice the other lorry in front of my viewer is still stationary. It does say in the highway code you should only reverse for as long as necessary, but necessary in this scenario is quite a long way. My viewer slows to assess a possible passing point, but then decides it's not big enough, so they go even further back. Many people would struggle reversing for this length and at this speed. If you've never had to do this, go and find yourself a deserted car park and go and practice, as it's not something that's usually taught on lessons. My viewers found a passing point, and they've made the flow for everyone just that little bit easier. The lorry driver's appreciative, and I'm sure all of these drivers are too. Keep safe everyone, I'll see you soon.